Hi everybody, today I'm going to give a sketchbook tour of my Smash journal. This is a refillable journal from the HEMA in the Netherlands. It's kind of like a Target but for Holland, and it's got these elastic bands. You can put either bullet journal or lined or blank booklets in it. Signatures they're called in the bookmaking community. It's just a set of folded papers, and this thing has been amazing because I always have to make notes myself to get my mind put together, or when I'm designing something it's not always neat and I never know if I need a bulleted one or a striped lined page. The fact that also if I mess up on a page I can just take it out, amazing. I use this as a self-discovery tool to help me with my goal setting and my ambitions. I'm here in my craft room. I'm a little bit ill, so hopefully the video goes fine. I'm here in my craft room. Let me know in the comments, you guys, if you would like a tour of my craft room as well. I'm very blessed to live in a beautiful house with extra rooms. I don't have children, and I moved in with my partner after he bought this house with the help of his mom. I know that I'm very blessed, but I like it that way. I like our yard. I like the space. As an artist, I like the space to cram full of collectibles and things that I want to make other things out of. I even tried putting it away, just pushed it to the side so I could start this video. I wanted to shoot this video today because I've been playing with my hands. This is a fake makeup pen, and I thought if I'm like showcasing the journal, like this is the moment to do it because my hands also look stunning. I'm thinking about getting hand tattoos, so I used a makeup stick and just gave myself kind of an idea of what it might look like. But I'm getting black on the journal. Hopefully it doesn't get all over my pages. It's a little ridiculous, but I'm living. Okay, here we go, you guys. These I gotta stick back in here. I will show you what all I have in this little pocket after I go through the sketchbook. Here's the first page. Like I said, this sketchbook helps me with self-discovery. I found out that I'm a highly sensitive person, so you know, can make a list of what that means. Like, this is from the book and from my research. These are the different things. This page is not done yet. I wonder if I should do it, at least trace over it quickly while I'm talking. These are supposed to be all different types of ear protection or ear dampening that I use, or Bluetooth items that I use. I actually don't have one of these sleep masks, but my friend who's highly sensitive introduced me to something I didn't even know existed. She always wears one when she goes to sleep, and it's just like an eye mask, except on the sides it has Bluetooth in it, so you can listen to your calming music when you go to sleep. You can listen to your show. You can listen to whatever it is you normally listen to. And it sits flat against your head. So like, this is something I have on my wish list on Amazon. I love living in 2025. These are, I don't want to go over with this color, but screw it. These are bone induction headphones that I use. This part goes behind the ear, this hooks over the ear, and then this sits kind of in the inner ear, but it's not a plug, so there's nothing plugged into your ear canal. I love these. They don't hurt. They're not like the wrong size. There's no size to them. These are iconic. I listen to these at home when I want to listen to my shows, but I also need to be able to hear if my partner is talking to me or if anybody in the house is speaking to me. then I can still hear it because it doesn't actually go inside the ear. It doesn't block any hearing. And again, it's not uncomfortable, so I love these. I got these for Christmas. They're also good, I feel like, if you're riding a moped or a bike, because you can still hear the sounds of traffic. And you might not have, like, in a car, you have Bluetooth speakers, but if you're riding a moped, you don't, which they call moped scooters here in the Netherlands. This, maybe I should use this color because my JBL headphones are this blue color, which is gonna mess up my vibe here. But you know what's great about a sketchbook is the ability to say screw it. I'm keeping it very PG. And just going for it. It's okay to make things messy in your sketchbook. And that's a good philosophy to have. So here's the housing. Let's see. This also has like a nylon fabric consistency, and then this top part is plastic, so I'm just gonna color that in. These are my absolute go-to for being in public, for being in the train, being a highly sensitive person. I don't like hearing a bunch of noises of other people laughing, talking, speaking different languages, being loud. And when I'm indoors, somewhere like a train car where, let's color this, where it could echo off of the walls, that's like a nightmare for me. It's so loud, it's so overwhelming. So having these to help dampen the noise, and when it's really bad, like during rush hour or on a holiday when there's a lot of people on the train, I can put on some like instrumental music to totally shade myself and completely shut out all of the background noise. Okay, that's enough for now. I do want to do the little thin lines on this one, but I'll move on for now. Oh, this one is also not finished. This is a page called Neutral Things About Me, and these are things that I'm trying to, this isn't finished yet. I was thinking of making these into ice cream cones because these to me look like ice creams. There's nothing on in this one. I only put that here to kind of make a background for these two. So this is my next page. I love this page. This one is a collage that's made to look like a mountain. And I debated whether coloring the whole sky, but I really don't want to. So I thought this was just, I wanted the focus to remain here, and I didn't want it to look like crappily colored in. So this is what I kind of settled with. I love the snakes. It just reminds me like of where I came from, you know. It just helps me express why I love nature so much. So I take nature magazines and I cut pictures out of them. That's why they have their names and stuff. I take children's books and cut pages out of them. And I found some really cute ones. He's so cute, this little bear with a scarf and little plaid pants on. I live. Oh, look, and he saved a little bird. So I'll just go through and I'll just cut out the square, you know. I found this either in a little free library somewhere or at the thrift store. And this is me. Like, this is just me. This describes me to a T. I liked the drawings. I liked the pictures, so I grabbed it. And yes, I cut stuff up. Some people feel like it's blasphemy. Some people can't bring themselves to do it, but I can. Better to give it a second life. So anyway, this one came out, I think, of a nature magazine, but I loved it. And this one, the background of this one came from a Flow magazine. And her eyes, like I added the bugs over her eyes. I I quite like the anonymous look that it gives when you cover the eyes of a character. So I don't even remember what her eyes look like under this, but when it's like this, I can picture myself being this girl or a friend of mine being this girl. Like, she embodies like more of a spirit than when her eyes are seen, then it just looks like some random person. And this just feels more anonymous. Like, pulls you in, you're curious, like, what is she thinking of? What is she symbolizing? This is just more bug stuff and more, this says every garden counts in Dutch. I am very much into like biodiversity and green gardening, and I'm going to school to be a landscape architect, which is what this page is about. I will be a landscape architect. This is just a cool picture of people planting trees up on balconies for a development that's going up in a city near me in the Netherlands. And this is a whole vibe. So again, I covered her face, but I feel like this is me, and so that's why I cut it out. I added these little daisies, and with a gold gel pen I added these little parts and this. So it's very much just collage, like kind of vision boarding. Here's a page that I haven't filled out yet. I got these 3 from a nature magazine. Washi tape, I'll use washi tape a lot if I'm not sure if I want that to stay there permanently. So like when I'm just like kind of mapping out ideas, I'll stick it there quickly with washi tape, and it's always easy to pull off afterwards if I don't want it to actually stay. So that's a good tip for you. This page is a little messy, but that's okay. It's just a sketchbook, so it's okay that it's a bit messy, and I could take these sticky notes off and try and redo it. I have a feeling there's something underneath this that I messed up on, and that's probably why the sticky note is there. Nope. I was just going for like a geometric look, and it ended up just being a little bit too busy, but this is my now reading list. I enjoyed doing this font with color pencils. I look up fonts on Pinterest, and this one was a really cool one to do because it's just very geometric and it's just coloring shapes and they end up to look like words. So one of the books I'm reading is Orlando by Virginia Woolf, and it's about this person who like basically was in a coma for 2 weeks, and he woke up, and like somewhere in the story he actually becomes a woman. So it's very gender fluid. So I feel like this little picture looks to be, you know, either a masculine looking woman, it could be a guy dressing up as a woman. It's just giving me gender fluidity, so I wanted to put that there. Here's a recommendation from a friend of mine. I don't really like this part, but the recommendation of this book is it's supposed to be pretty haunting. If you pull this, it gives like a quick line or two about what the book is supposed to be about, so that I remember. Here's one that I want to read, and like I bought these 2 books at the same time, so it's like now reading. I was so excited when I got these books in the mail that I was like, let me just make this page about it. Or maybe this was like after I had ordered them before they actually came in, and I was like, ooh, so excited. I like the blue theme for this. This kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. This is not blue, so I don't really like this page, truly. This is a different page I made. Yes, it looks very clip art, but I don't mind. This thing I taped down just because I had this on here, and I want it to be like folded, but so like it goes onto both pages, but then when I would open it, it stays folded. So I taped this little piece of gold ribbon. It was like on a gift or on something I bought in the store. I taped it like this so that it would always stay under that thing instead of like staying folded over, so you have to move it over every time. I put the date on this and turned this into, ooh, aish. Whoopsie. Let's see if I have an eraser. I didn't mean to spread black all over the place. Had taken this out of a magazine a few weeks before. My friends happened to visit, and we went to a botanical gardens. So, and I happened to get one picture of my friend leaning over to smell a flower, and I quickly snapped a picture of him. And so I kind of made this page about their visit. I need to print out 2 photos that I'll cut out and put inside here about photos of them or of us during their visit. And then this one is the specific photo goes here because I took these flowers out of the garden where we have this canopy of a plant called blue rain or wisteria, if you know it. It's growing and it's completely in bloom, and so all of the flower petals are falling. And I was journaling outside one day and all the flower petals were coming onto my page, and I was like, oh, actually this is a vibe. So I just took some clear plastic tape and taped them down. They look more purple, like this color, when they are fresh. So when I get the photo printed, it will be this color right here. But yeah, they've yellowed a bit, but they're still there. They're cute. This starts into a section where I was feeling very depressed and self-conscious and out of it. So I wrote this as an affirmation for myself. What other people think of me is none of my business. Underneath here is a page that's like was me like journaling about my emotions and how I was feeling. And after I was like finished with it, I don't want to throw it away because yeah, it is honest, and I don't know, maybe I want to look back to it, I don't know. But I did want to cover it up with something, I guess, more positive and affirming. So that's why I cut this out of a bullet journal page after doing it over there, and then just washi taped it here so I can still look at my words if I need to. It's easy to remove. This is just how I was very much feeling like in my head, not in the present moment. Like I was looking down on the world and they were doing things without me, and I was like pretending, but mentally I was here. Like I was, yeah. So here's some affirmations. Here's another, oh my gosh, I love this spread. I love this spread. So I took, you know, a few squares, cut the pictures out of that book I showed you guys earlier, and I used Rupert, that's the little bear's name, kind of like an alter ego to describe like how I was feeling, because in this picture he looked like how I was feeling inside. And so my brain, I drew this on top. My brain was just, my mind was racing, I was overthinking. And this is like a meme, like, this is fine, this is totally fine, everything's fine. Because like I said, I felt like the world was, I was physically down here, but in my mind I was up here. So I was like pretending to not be depressed while my friends were visiting and feeling very manic. And so that's kind of this vibe. And I used Rupert as an alter ego to kind of go processing my emotions. So Rupert is worried, anxious, and restless mentally here. This was very useful for me to be able to kind of put the characteristics that I was feeling onto this character and distance myself from it a little bit. Just helped me to be able to be more honest about it. This is something I drew when my friends and I visited the botanical gardens together. It's one of the plants I saw there. I still have to cut this, so I'm going to take a razor blade, X-Acto knife, and follow this line, and then carefully peel the washi tape off. And then the washi tape should you know, remain here and kind of frame that circle in, but this will be a really nice, neat line. I colored this with a highlighter. I love the sort of weathered page look here. That's what I tried to do. I traced very lightly with the other end of that highlighter in a jagged line. I think the further you get away from the tip of a tool, the less control you have over it. So I remember kind of going like this and then trying to make a line like that and then going back over it after that, because I wanted it to look like a ripped page. And I love decorating with washi tape to create sort of a palette for the page. This is more affirmations. It feels good to be me. This was me trying to convince myself that I felt this way, but yeah, this was just affirmation. There's something in between here. Oh yeah, this was us planning our trip and which bus and ticket we were gonna have and whatever. So I covered over it because it's not important. Like, I only needed it for a temporary time. I needed it for the next day, and then once that day was over, I didn't need it anymore. We're starting to get into my rough draft area because this is kind of all my finished stuff, and now we're going into my non-finished stuff. So you'll see this very much looks unfinished. It looks more like a journal than a smash journal or, you know, the vision board. But it is, when I was feeling very depressed, I asked a few friends, what's 5 words that describe me? And some of the ones that they suggested, I wrote here just to kind of remind me. And I only asked people who are my really close friends, who I trust. But I was thinking about putting it on Facebook. But I just decided in the end, let's start with the close friends. And, you know, if I still don't feel more confident and better after they have told me, you know, this is what's good about you, then I'll post a thing on Facebook about it. The thing is, I was like second guessing myself of like, do I want to seem needy or do I want other people to know I've been depressed? And yeah, I think you guys can recognize that feeling. This is one of my goals. This is like kind of looking towards the future ahead for me. I want to learn how to build things. I want to learn how to use power tools and saws and make things out of wood. So I put a little beaver here. He's so cute because they build things. And these are a few ways that I was thinking I could achieve that goal. And then down here is what stands in my way and what's kind of stopping me from achieving that goal. Again, this is just very vision board oriented. Here's a page that I don't know what I'm going to write here, but I feel like this bird sometimes, which can be a blessing and a curse, can be a good thing and a bad thing, because it's very freeing and yeah, it's very romantic to feel like a bird, but at the same time, it's like you are very flighty and scared of commitments, and you might be impulsive and you just take off and go somewhere, you know. It has its disadvantages. We are reaching like the end, so I haven't done anything over here yet. In my next signature and the second signature over here, in this section is some of my drawings. I had this over here too, ay Dios mío. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this is supposed to say. It's the book I'm currently reading, or just finished for book club. Let me see. You're probably sick of hearing me talk. Oh, look, here's the icons that I was thinking about for my hand tattoos. I like the little horseshoe. This is supposed to be a fish rubbed off. The eye. Snick. And this one, because I love to write, obviously. Compass rose and my poppies. Oh my gosh, look at all the black. I gotta wash my hands. Here's a drawing I made of a canopy. Oh yeah, this goes to the... This is the other side of the picture with the icon. Yeah, where's my icons? This is supposed to go here, so I can sketch and see which ones look the best. This is a drawing of my sister's house. I want to design her garden. Like I said, I want to be a landscape architect. So this is a sweater thing I want to crochet, and these are the colors I want to crochet it in. What size hook. Yeah, a few of the details. That's my sketchbook tour for right now, as of today at this time. Shall I pull these out? I'll take magazines and just cut the good parts out of them. And it feels so good to be able to throw them away after I've gone through them. And pictures that I like and want to keep, because I keep a lot of junk that I'm like, oh, I can make something from that later. And so getting what I need from it and then throwing the rest away is so comforting and so relieving. Like all of this junk, decluttering is a vibe. Look, as is this guy. This guy is a vibe. Like, this is me on Sunday morning. Ooh, I love this one. Here's more Rupert flying through the sky. This I want to do for a feminist page, something about like I'm sick of or I don't like equal partners with housework, or something about like how I want a gender equal world where women and men both do equal amounts of housework, because it's not women's work, it's just people work. I mean, if you eat, you got to cook, and if you cook, you got to clean up. If you shit, you got to clean the toilet. You know, this is human stuff, not just women's work. Look at this smart looking rabbit. He looks very smart, doesn't he? Like he's thinking of something. Oh, this is how I feel sometimes. So I cut this one out too. It's not all rainbows and butterflies in my sketchbook, but it helps me so much. This woman I picture as God, and this I picture as me. Like, she's just so caring, and yeah, I don't know why this is comforting to me, but it is. This is me. It's kind of like ominous. There's like something coming that might not be good, and I'm like seeing it from a distance, like starting to get worried. And this is again that same kind of feeling I was saying earlier of feeling like mentally detached from what's happening and just not in the present moment. I mounted it on a paper. Those are my clippings that I currently have saved. I love this one. Woo! Elk make very weird noises. Anyway, that's my impression. A lot of nature stuff. I'm a nature girly. Okay, I'm gonna round this video off. I wonder, look how much paper I have. These are more scraps of paper and actual scrapbook paper, so they're like, you buy them in books. Here's some more printer paper and colored plain paper that I have, as well as stuff that I have taken out of books, like actual book pages. Oh, I take comic books apart sometimes too, and old sheet music I have in this one. Sewing patterns for shirts and stuff, and I cut them. I'm sorry guys, you're gonna think this is absolutely outrageous that I did that, but you know, sorry. This came from the comic books. The Peanuts, did you see that underneath there? Not a huge Peanuts fan, but I really liked when I found some old Peanuts books that had very, very primary colored pages. Like every page was colored, and it was this color, and then a dark kind of orangish red like this, and then it was this yellowy color. Ooh, look, there's another one from Tina. Cute. I love this one. This is just, there's so much expression here, and there's so much that if you're like going through an emotion, you can just clip this out and post it on the page, and then it just describes what you're feeling. There's so much expression in these. I love it. I love the colors as well. If you're happy about something, like, you know, that you got into a program that you like, or that you're about to start a new job or something, you know, you can put stuff like this on just to scrapbook how you're feeling and what your goals are and what your focus needs to be and everything. And also if you're going through something difficult, to process those emotions. So those are the two main reasons that I use journaling for, and it serves me very well. Like, what else I just pulled out? I took this old book, children's book from the a little free library, and I cut the middle out and I made an accordion file, and I also keep paper scraps in here. I would not recommend really making this project because the accordion file is very difficult to make. I did manage it on this one, didn't I? But it's hard to glue because it doesn't stay aligned, and then it crinkles. You see the pages are kind of wavy in there, and it just doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go, even if you're precise. And I did get irritated making it, but in the end, I still use it. Look at this. This is iconic. This is like the vibe I'm going with on this hand with the moth. This is very rough drawing. It's just an idea. It's just an inspiration, but that would be amazing on my hand. And or the beetle. I love this. I should probably put this in my journal. Do you guys like my end hate tattoos? This signifies me being a highly sensitive person. This signifies my love for nature and death. I mean, death as a spiritual concept where you know that everybody dies and you have to accept it, and there's certain things in life you have to accept. I'm really thinking about getting hand tattoos, bitch. I'm living. It's very steampunk. It's very punk. I'm living. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my sketchbook, and see you guys later.